Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Very good morning on a Sunday morning that you have all logged in today. So my name is Kanchan Dwivedi, and I'm the founder of Loan Genie, which is a lending fintech based out of Bangalore. And today, we have been very kindly invited by Bangalore Apartment Federation, which is which is a gathering of basically hundreds and hundreds of apartments throughout Bangalore, and which is basically leading the apartments and the initiatives or the issues or the challenges that the members have. And so I'm very, very fortunate to be given this opportunity. So very thankful to Bangalore's Apartment Federation for this. And today in the Financials 101 webinar series, I'm going to be covering a very relevant and pertinent topic of today, which is all about health and COVID insurance. And we hope to do that over a period of next 1 hour, and in which I'll take about 45 minutes to cover the topics. And hopefully we'll have some 10-15 minutes to go over the questions if you might have any. So and going to so also this is a brief outline of how I'm planning that we'll spend the next 45 minutes or so, starting with a little bit about Loan Genie, which is my startup, and a bit about me, followed by
1 minute, Kanchan. Sandhya?
Yes, sir.
Can you introduce the speaker?
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Sorry. 1 minute.
No problem. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to BAF ki Baat session 48. A lot has been said and done when it comes to the pandemic. Lots of learnings. Today, every second person seems to be an expert on how to avoid COVID. Every WhatsApp group is talking about how to boost your immunity. All the ancient knowledge books are being referred to. In Kannada, we have a saying, Sankata Bandaga Venkataramana. But is this enough? Given the predictions of anywhere between 40 to 50% of the population is expected to contract COVID, are we prepared enough for this eventuality? To guide us on this, we have Flight Lieutenant Kanchan Dwivedi, who, after having served in the Indian Air Force, moved on to IT sector, where she has served under various roles for the past 16 years. After a successful career in IT, she has gone on to founding Loan Genie, a lending fintech whose vision is financial inclusion of the unserved and the underserved sector, which gives loans to small personal and unsecured loans to salaried millennials in the organized sector in Bangalore. They conduct financial wellness webinars for employees in corporates and startups. She is a part of the team Ekdesh, is the communication team lead at Startups versus COVID-19, co-convener membership, CII Indian Women Network, TII Bangalore, which is the Young Entrepreneurs Bangalore chapter, then Emerge, which is the Engineering Manufacturer Entrepreneurs Research Group, Mentor of Change, Niti Aayog, Stanford GSB. Kanchan is a believer in giving back to the community. As a part of the Startup versus COVID and Ek Desh, she was a part of Apna Desh, Apna Mask campaign against COVID, which has impacted over 100 crore Indians. Recently, she conducted a CII Indian Women Network campus at career session for Sheshadripuram College, Bangalore. That was very well received. I will post the links to her social media accounts where she writes about entrepreneurship and fintech related development, and her contact details as well. Kanchan, on to you. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much for this wonderful introduction, and also to Sir for interrupting me because I was going full steam ahead. So thank you so much for this very warm introduction. Really delighted to be here today. So just sharing what I'm going to be discussing in the next few minutes. So one is, of course, some of us must be wondering why exactly do we need to have COVID specific insurance when we already have an insurance, let's say, and that would be a very minute percentage of the population, by the way, who happen to have this health insurance. Apparently, approximately only 80% of the Indian population has, 80% doesn't have health insurance, by the way. So very dismal figures, and there's so much more potential for especially the insurance sector to go and garner the market. Then coming back to the topic, we're also going to be talking about the two key insurance policies that are there in the market today in India, thanks to a very proactive effort by IRDAI, which is the regulatory authority for insurance. These both policies, Corona Kavach as well as Corona Rakshak, we're going to be covering the differences between the two. Also sharing some of the policies which are there in the market. We are not actively recommending them. It's just that they came to our notice, and we thought that they would be good insurance policies to share. So no specific recommendations, so it is completely up to people to do their own research and select a particular policy. So we are just here to guide you. And the final thing, I would also like to touch upon the Ayushman Bharat, Prime Minister, Pradhan Mantri's Jan Arogya Yojana. It is this universal kind of health insurance, especially universal in terms of the bottom of the pyramid people. It is meant for those people, and they can today, thanks to all the policies put in place by our government, they can walk into any impaneled hospital, which are there, 20,000 of them, both public as well as private, and they can get cashless treatment done. And this is absolutely a heaven sent initiative for, especially for the poor and the downtrodden people. And I'm really glad and I'm proud to be part of a nation where the poor are also attended to by and thought of by the people who are in charge, who are in leadership. So I'm planning to cover that, especially for people who have house help, domestic help coming in, and who are not basically insured. So they can maybe have a look at this and maybe suggest it or even buy it for their domestic help, because finally, end of the day, health is what really matters. So so we are basically based out of Bangalore. We are a fintech startup into lending, and we give small personal unsecured loans to salaried millennials in the organized sector. And we are available as at www.loangenie.com, and we are there on social media at Loangenie, on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, as well as Instagram. And here is my the contact details in case if you wish to contact me, if you have some queries. I'm always very happy to connect with people and also share whatever knowledge that I have, little knowledge I have about insurance. And you can reach me at kanchandvivedi@loangenie.com, or my cell, as well as if you like any of what you see today, any of the details that you find useful, please do like, follow, comment, mention us on social media, both Loangenie as well as myself. And we would be very, very happy that we were of some kind of a use to somebody, enhance their knowledge, and came in handy. So the problem our startup is trying to solve is that of low financial inclusion. So there is a significant number of people in India who have low or no credit score, and they face issues while they try to get a loan. They get rejected at times. They get loans at very high interest rates. And our endeavor, because our vision is of financial inclusion, so our endeavor is through Loangenie is to positively impact this section of people, provide them with loans at reasonable interest rates, and basically a win-win for both the society as well as for the company. And our vision is to have a loan product which is presence-less, paperless, cashless, and it is consent-driven. You please feel free to reach out to me in case if if you are a company employee looking out for a loan, or if you are looking to have financial awareness webinars for your company, would be really happy to basically assist in that. And this is the Apna Desh Apna Mas campaign that I'm very proud to be associated with. I think one of the key reasons was, the camaraderie of the people who came in together during the times of COVID, and the camaraderie of the Indian people, the startup community in India. So I would here like to mention specifically startups versus COVID-19 is a voluntary organization which was formed by startup stalwarts like Mekin Maheshwari, Alok Mittal, Vivek Halekere of Bounce, and Abhiraj Behel of Urban Company. And so these people got together and formed this organization to basically help with the government's initiatives to fight COVID. And as a part of that Startups versus COVID, we started with Apna Desh Apna Mas campaign, which Sandhya also mentioned reached 100 crore Indians. And we were a small little core team. We had absolutely no contact with each other till April of this year. And we quickly came together, 5 or 6 of us, the core team, including Alok Mittal, Jasminder Singh Gulati, Poonam Kaul, Aditya Kothari, Jitendra Dabas, Mohit Joshi, and Manuj Garg. And all of us came together as a team. We worked from morning till night at times without charging a single rupee. Basically, we did this particular campaign for free, and this would have otherwise costed close to 1 crores. And so I'm really glad that we were also helpful in making Indians understand that they need to wear masks. If you can see this logo over here, you can see the masks that they are wearing are not N95 masks. So our focus in this campaign was to get people to wear homemade masks and say that even with homemade mask, you're going to be safe. Please wear it. Maintain the distance of at least 3 meters and wash your hands. So, and we were, also supported by ACT grants. Happy to, share this with you. So here's a startling fact. So this particular, close to 97% of the people who are infected with COVID positive, do not have any insurance. And this was a figure which was there actually in June. Hopefully, things have improved ever since. But if you can imagine that only some 3.1% people at that time in June, when some 35,000 people had, there was a death rate of 35,000. There were 1 lakh people infected. So only 5,600 people had insurance. So I mean, it was that dismal. It was a very dismal scenario, but hopefully over a period of time, because of a lot of publicity around this, people talking about their articles being written, there hopefully the numbers have only increased, but there still has to be a lot of work done in terms of.
Wait. Don't go there. Only sit.
Please keep your audio off at all times. Sorry, Kanchan. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
So we, definitely this session was also to create awareness that, though COVID is lurking all around us, we really don't know who we come in contact with today has COVID, but still people are not taking it very seriously. Okay. And so, which brings us, to the fact that, this is a time to take action. If you haven't taken COVID insurance today, if your loved ones don't have COVID insurance, don't have insurance which covers COVID, your domestic health, people around you, please do take time to ponder over it, take action, and take insurance today. Absolutely, because you have to basically. I'm going to quote Jim Rohn here today. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. So, in terms of let's say the corona, which today basically has infected 90 lakh of Indians, has caused 133,000 deaths in the country, and it's still spreading. There's no end to it. So imagine from a 1 lakh in June to a 90 lakh today. So I mean, it's just spreading like wildfire. If somebody can say that. And it doesn't discriminate between rich and poor, it doesn't discriminate between young and old. And so, which is why it's time to think about what are the financial implications in case we get infected with COVID. And so typically, if you get infected with COVID in mild cases, the infection will go on for, you'll be affected for about a period of 2 weeks. And if it gets serious, then it can go anything from 3 to 6 weeks. And this, the most of the cases, thankfully for India, some of the statistics have been very heartening. Close to 80% of the people do recover because they are young and they can withstand this. But there are 1 in 5 people really they fall seriously sick, and these are mostly people who are 60 plus years of age, who have comorbidities like hypertension, blood pressure, heart problem. And so and the typical the costs of the treatment, they vary anything from 50,000 upwards to 3.5 lakh. And this is for a period of 2 weeks, basically 14 days in a hospital. And in case things go, get serious, you have comorbidities, and it's a private hospital. So the costs of the treatment can go up to anything, 3 lakh upwards to 6 lakhs as well. So can you imagine the kind of hole it'll burn in your pocket if you are not insured for COVID specifically? Because this is just not any other kind of a disease. You have to be specifically insured for COVID. But thankfully, our insurance regulator, which is IRDAI, they have been very, very progressive. And they have said that all the earlier comprehensive health insurance policies that people had, even COVID-19 would be covered under that. But here's the thing that one has to be very, very specific, particular about, that though those insurance policies will cover the hospitalization charges, but there are other charges that a person is expected to pay at the end of their stay in the hospital. And these are basically medical consumables. So the cost of the gloves, the PPE kits, the oxygen, ICU stay, CCU stay. So all these things, the person whosoever has already got comprehensive health insurance, they would do well to check up their policy document and see if those consumables are covered or not. Because otherwise, end of the stay, the person could end up with a bill which is in addition to the bill which is being covered by a insurance. So basically some additional charges. And so these additional charges could be anything from 10% of your medical bill, and they can go higher up also. In case of COVID, they go higher than 10%. So it is very, very helpful to have a COVID specific insurance, or ensure that your comprehensive health insurance policy covers all these eventualities of home treatment is covered, Ayush treatment is covered. So all these specific things one has to be very particular about. So there are two policies. One is Corona Kavach and Corona Rakshak, which are available today in the market that people can buy. And so basically the difference between a Corona Kavach and a Corona Rakshak is that Corona Kavach is an indemnity policy. It will cover the the expenses, once you put up the expenses for reimbursement, so you can, claim up to the sum insured. So it is an indemnity policy, whereas a Corona Rakshak is a benefits based policy. So you get 100% lump sum of that particular amount. You don't have to claim for reimbursement. You just have to prove that you have been infected by coronavirus, and this particular proof, typically the insurance companies, they require you to go to a government approved testing center, basically, wherein you have been tested positive at a government approved facility, basically. And if you're talking about Corona Kavach, it is available for the whole of the family. Cover for families present, whereas Corona Rakshak is available only for individuals. The Corona Kavach can be bought from any of the general as well as health insurers, whereas Corona Rakshak can be had from any, right from general to health to life insurance policy companies, any of them. And Corona Kavach will cover up to from anything from 50,000 to 5 lakh is the sum insured. Whereas for Rakshak, Corona Rakshak, it is only till 2.5 lakhs. Then the policy premiums are anything from 208 to 1400 for Corona Kavach, and for Rakshak is anything from 510 rupees to 4,000 rupees, and this is a one-time premium. And anything it is for a period for both Corona Kavach and Rakshak for a period from minimum of 3.5 months and going up to 6.5 to right up to a maximum of 9.5 months. And by the way, all of these, both Corona Kavach as well as Rakshak, both the policies are renewable, but they have to be renewed, prior to the expiry. And you can even increase the amount. So let's say this time you have catered for maybe 50,000 to be covered for yourself as a sum insured. But if you want to increase it the next time around, you want to renew it, you can do it. But there will have to be a kind of a waiting period for the increased sum. So let's say you opt for a 1 lakh policy next time around, when you're renewing it, for that other 50,000, that 15 days waiting period will kick in. So when the renewing is happening. Then Corona Kavach has a daily cash benefit that they offer, which is nothing but a 0.5% of the sum insured for every 24 hours of hospitalization. And this is for a maximum of 15 days, basically. But this is not offered under Corona Rakshak because Corona Rakshak is lump sum payment. Then Corona Kavach is mostly recommended for people who do not have health insurance. Whereas Corona Rakshak is in addition to, let's say you already have a health insurance, but your health insurance is not comprehensive enough to take care of COVID related ailments, in which case they suggest for people to take Corona Rakshak policy. So some of the things which are common to both Corona Kavach as well as Corona Rakshak policy is the tenures. They are a minimum of 3.5, going up to 6.5 and a maximum of 9.5 with a waiting period of 15 days for both. They both cover comorbidity and pre-existing comorbidities in the plans. And of course, they cover the PPE kits, gloves, masks, oxygen, diagnostics, ICU and CCU under them. So this is basically, these are some of the policies which are available for Corona Kavach. And for, let's say, like I mentioned, I'm not recommending any of them. It's just that they are there in the market, and there's some points which I specifically like, but I'm not asking you to only look at these. There are many others also available. Please do your research well before going in for any specific one. So let's say for Oriental Insurance, Corona Kavach, which is available for a premium of 1,039, And for Bajaj Alliance, which is available for a premium of 1,056, you have United India Corona Kavach policy, which is available for 1,140, and IFCO Tokyo Corona Kavach, which is available for 1,324 rupees. So, and here we have the Corona Rakshak policies. So, in case somebody already has comprehensive health insurance policy, but they are looking for some a bit of a top up, so that to take care of especially corona related issues, then in which case you have Future Generali insurance, which is a Corona Rakshak policy. They offer it for a premium of 510 rupees for 3.5 months and 1,079 for 9.5 months basically. And for Universal Sompo General Insurance, it is available for a sum of 577 for 3.5 months and 1,635 for 9.5 months. And Star Health and Allied Insurance Corona Rakshak policy is available for a premium of 3,846 for a period of 3.5 months and 5,192 for 9.5 months. And then obviously the person whosoever is taking the policy would also have to ensure what are they really particular about, what are the terms and conditions of that particular policy, and why is it priced in a certain way, what are the inclusions as well as exclusions of that particular policy. So, coming to the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, which basically I am covering for the people who are around you in the vicinity, your domestic help, other people, maybe drivers who are from a poor section and the vulnerable section of the society, and they are covered under the PM JY Yojana basically. And some of the things that would help people to know about PM JY's scheme is that it's the world's largest health insurance scheme, which is being run by the government of India. It provides a cover of up to 5 lakh per family per year. And it is basically a cashless hospitalization service. And then there is no kind of a limit on the gender or the age of the person who's covered under the family, and there's no restriction even on the family size, by the way. So and people can avail of these services at any of the 20,000 private as well as public hospitals across the country. And so it covers a lot of things like the medical treatment costs, medicines, diagnostics, pre-hospitalization expenses. Also, there are a number of benefits which are offered under this particular policy. So the pre-hospitalization expenses are covered up to 3 days, and post-hospitalization expenses are covered up to 15 days. And the health packages which are available under this scheme at different rates, basically they are close to 1,578 health packages which are offered under this scheme, and the medical procedures are close to 1,393. So here it is also pertinent to note who are the people who will not be covered under the Ayushman Bharat Yojana. Basically, people who have mechanized farming equipment, 2, 3 or 4 wheelers, Kisan card, they are government employees, they have motorized fishing boats, they are earning more than 10,000 per month, and they are in government run non-agri businesses, enterprises, and they have more than 5 acres of agricultural land, as well as live in decently built houses, and they have either a landline or have refrigerators. So the Ayushman Bharat Yojana covers coronavirus treatment, all the medical exams before you get hospitalized, the consultations, the treatments, non-intensive as well as intensive care services. All the medicines, medical consumables like gloves, etc., everything is covered. Diagnostic lab services, accommodation, medical implant, the food services, complications arising during treatment, and post-hospitalization expenses are covered under this scheme for the poor and the vulnerable section of our society. And what is not included are outpatient expenses, drug rehabilitation expenses, cosmetic surgeries, fertility treatments, and organ transplant. And in order to know whether you are eligible or not, you can go on to the site, which is www.pmjy.gov.in. There, look at on the top right hand side, you'll find a "Am I eligible?" tab. If the person clicks on that, it'll ask the person to basically enter their contact details, their phone number, and they generate OTPs. They're asked to also select their particular state, and then basis their search for their name or their other details, they are told if they are eligible for that particular scheme or not. Basically, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, are they eligible for it or not? So it's a very simple procedure. And in addition to that, if there are issues that you have, you can contact the customer service at 1-800-111-565 or 14555, or walk into any of or contact any of the impaneled health service providers. And now I would like to end by saying that the greatest wealth is health. So please take care of it. And I'm done with the presentation and would be happy to take any questions if you have.
Thank you, Kanchan. Yes, you're right. The greatest wealth is health, which has many aspects of it. We seem to focus only on the low-hanging fruits without realizing the entirety. So, if anybody has any questions, please unmute yourself and ask.
Sandhya, can I?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Kanchan, it was a nice presentation. We liked it. I'm Nagaraj Rao, President, Bangalore Apartment Federation.
Hi,
I
sir.
just want to say, Sandhya has been struggling with a project of this type for the benefit of the housemates in apartments. Housemates in apartments.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
So I think I will request her to be in touch with you, and you can give some broad guidelines, how we can proceed. And we would like to take it up very seriously as quickly as possible.
Sure, sir. I think that sounds good. I would love to have a talk with Sandhya. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Sandhya. I have a question. Can I go ahead? This is Vikram.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Hi, Kanchan. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for that presentation. My name is Vikram. I'm the Secretary of BAF. Just one interesting, data point that I thought I can check with you. Based on adoption till now, what has been the experience of both the Corona Rakshak and Corona Kavach policies till now? How has been the uptake? Any input on that? Has there been some upswing based on those products? Because I think those products are very interesting and simple products. At least that's my thinking. But what does any indications or numbers of how many people have taken up, etc., and whether the claims and benefits are being distributed seamlessly? Hospitals are integrating to that well enough, etc. Any experiences till now from those policies?
Yeah, so I can, thanks Vikram for that. Nice to meet you. In terms of the health insurance, actually I can share a little bit of numbers, especially Karnataka specific numbers. that I was going through while I was researching. So apparently, in terms of let's say the term life insurance, the insurance uptake has shot up to 32% during the month of between April to September. So there has been an increase of 32% in terms of term life insurance. In terms of health insurance, there's been an increase of 25% between the period of April to September this year. And we have seen a 92% year-on-year growth of health insurance from last year. So people are buying a lot of health insurance, especially as far as Karnataka is concerned. So April to September numbers have been encouraging. So that has been the health insurance. Those have been health insurance numbers. I won't be able to share the specific Corona coverage, because or Corona Rakshak numbers as such. But overall, health insurance, I was reading that it has gone up between the period of April to September to about 25%. There's been an increase. And in terms of the Ayushman Bharat Yojana, since its launch in September 2018, some 95 lakh hospital treatments have been conducted, and treatments worth 13,000 crore have been dispensed with, basically provided to the people, and some 12 crore e-cards have been issued across the various states as well as union territories. So things are on the uptick. People have become more and more aware of life insurance, term insurance, health insurance, etc., COVID insurance also. But there is still more work to be done.
Thanks, Kanchana. It's great to know that I think overall there is a good uptake. Like our president sir said, I think one of the specific areas of interest for us would be to say that, I mean, is this COVID pandemic awareness from that translating to something that we can do as well, especially for, I mean, segments, unorganized people who are supporters of us residents in apartments, right? Especially the domestic help, all the support staff, right? I think typically they are extremely I mean, they literally have zero insurance, right? So is there a way that, and they have been affected tremendously as well, right, through this COVID pandemic. So yeah, I think that's an area of interest for us to sort of dig deeper into. But thanks, Kanchan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vikram.
Yeah, Sheetal, would you like to unmute yourself?
Yeah, hi. Thanks, Kanchan, for the nice presentation and sharing this info. As like said, we also would like to get some more details on these policies. Basically, from association point of view, we are looking this for all the security and housekeeping staff. So I do see this email ID. We would actually like to know the prerequisites, like what are the requirements? Can we get it in a bulk?
Right. So Sheetal, actually, one of the things that you can definitely look at suggesting your domestic help is to look at the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. I think that is one particular because that's basically you have to enroll for it, and you even come to know you have to put in your details there. So I'll just screen share. Let me just screen share and see if I can get that particular. Okay, I'm sharing my desktop now. Let me go on to the. Okay. Or maybe what I'll do is I'll just open that particular. Here, I think, yeah. So this is the particular website that I'm talking to you about. It is the Ayushman Bharat Yojana, and on the top right, if you see, am I eligible? So the person actually has to click on that, and it opens up this particular, a page in which you have to enter your mobile number, enter the captcha from the image, and it generates an OTP. After that, they basically ask you to select your state. And then you also have to then you can basis your name and other details, you can find out, are you eligible for Ayushman Bharat or not? Because there are a whole lot of things that they have said that,
I
you know, if you're,
understand. Yes,
yeah.
there will be some eligibility correct criteria as well. So basically, there are 2 points. One, like if we want to, talk to the community for their own domestic help, how they can help out. And second is for the housekeeping staff and the security team, where the association would like to pay the, pay for them and, get it done.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. So the cases, because here actually they are trying to reach across, the government is trying to reach across to the absolutely bottom of the pyramid. People who are earning less than 10,000, people who don't have a fridge and things like that. So it's very, I think today, a lot of the cases, even the domestic help has fridge and all, because they are living in, they are urban, basically living in urban cities, urban places. So which is why they would not be really bottom of the pyramid, but at the same time, because of the corona coverage and the insurance policies which are available for just 510 rupees. So if they can be even channeled in that direction and told that, here is this policy available for just 510 rupees, which is a
Yes.
minuscule amount today. I mean, considering that you can get insured for a good amount on that particular premium.
True.
So yeah, so all these policies are available, and you can apply on on online, and get these get the coverage basically for specifically this period, and that coverage can be renewed as well, because
So
again,
the
yeah.
sorry. So the premium that you had mentioned was the annual one.
Yeah, so it's a one-time premium.
Oh,
So
great. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
either
Okay.
you'll be covered, insured for a period of 3.5 months, or 6.5 or 9.5 maximum. And because obviously this COVID is obviously taking its time for the vaccine to come, and there might be a situation wherein you've taken a 3.5 months kind of a policy, because
Okay.
it suited your pocket at that point in time. But now, because there's no COVID vaccine in sight, you want to renew it, you can do it. You can
Okay.
actually renew the policy before it expires, hopefully,
Yeah.
and you can even increase the time period or the amount or things like that.
Yes. That
Shit.
answers. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
if I may interject, Sheetal, yeah, we from BAF we are coming up with a scheme where which is basically meant for the our invisible essentials, as we call it, our house help, our security staff, etc. So we'll keep you posted on the
All right.
we'll
Thank you
send
so
it
much,
on.
Sandhya. Thank you.
Anyone else?
So looks like right now there are no more questions. Other than that, actually, I've also shared my contact details. If there are any questions, people, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm available, happy to chat. And thank you so much, Sandhya, for the opportunity today to talk and interact with the members. It's been a pleasure. Hope it was useful.
Certainly, Kanchan. Before we sign off, just one query. Are there any caps on the number of insurance policies one can hold?
The number of insurance policies, I think, like especially for Corona Rakshak, they encourage people to have, have Corona Rakshak as a top-up kind of a policy, which is basically you get paid lump sum. So if you've taken it for 50,000 or 1 lakh, you get, the moment you prove that you have spent close to 72 hours in the hospital and you're infected with corona, then in which case you can actually claim that particular amount, and that could be on top of the comprehensive health insurance that you have that you anyway already had.
Okay.
So yes, you can do that.
Okay. So this will not cover home, quarantine or your home treatments?
So yeah, these policies which are specific to Corona Rakshak as well as Corona Kavach do. So home treatments, Ayush treatments, consumables, they cover.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah. But at the end of it, I would always ask and request everybody to just check out the terms and conditions, because every different. Of course, there would be some kind of a standard that everybody's maintaining, but at the end of the day, there will be some minor tweaks and changes to. It depends on insurer to insurer. So please do look through whether home treatment is covered in what cases, how many days, and those kind of things. So please check out the finer details before you do sign up, and it should be very customized to your situation. That would be preferable.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, have to go through the fine print always.
Absolutely.
Especially when it comes to insurance. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So if no one else has any queries, can we end the session? Okay, thank you, Kanchan. That was a very relevant topic and a relevant subject to be talking about at this point of time. Hopefully, people have got a lot more knowledge now, will actually go ahead and buy policies, and I think we need to be prepared, whether we like it or not. I think that's inevitable. So I think this is one
Absolutely.
way of.
Yeah, I agree with you, and thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you, Nagraj sir and Vikram. Was very nice interacting with you, Sheetal. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Kanchan. Thank you so much. We'll stay in touch as well.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Kanchan. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.